What's going on, YouTubers? Listen, welcome to the Thirsty Turtle channel. Happy New Year's. Hopefully no one ends up getting fucked up out there. Stay safe. I have brought a story. Oh, it was a long time ago. This was about 2016 in North Carolina Outer Banks. Now, your boy was a young lad, and this was only his first or second time out to the ocean. Now, our family did something special. This was a one-time event that will probably never happen again. But my entire family, from my grandparents to my uncles to just everyone, there was probably 30 of us. We all collectively brought in some money and we rented out a beach house of like 3 stories. And it was on the North Carolina Outer Banks. Now, this was a good week. This was a good week. Now, around this time though, it was early June and the water was cold. Something in the air. It didn't feel good to swim in at that point because the water wasn't warm yet. But you know how kids do. I got in the water anyway. And around that point, that's when I heard my parents calling me out. And I came up to them, they were like, hey, we got paddle boards. We only got them for 24 hours, let's take them out. It's early morning, you know? I'm like, hell yeah. I didn't say that, but I was like, yeah, let's do it. So, we got the paddle boards. This thing's probably like 9 feet long. I went with my mother and my cousin. Now, my cousin was the same age as me and my mom. She was about 34 at this time. And, you know, me and Javian, of course, we had to put on our life jackets. My mom, though, for some reason, thought she did not need a life jacket. Oh, I love your mama. Well, we ended up going out, and, you know, around this time, it was probably 11 o'clock, you know. We went out, and it was still hands down one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. It was, we were out there probably fucking half a mile, you know, and maybe half a mile is, that's probably pushing it. It was probably like 300 yards, and it's a lot. That's a lot. It was about 3 football fields out into the ocean, and it was that morning we had just wild dolphins like 20 feet away from us, like jumping around, swimming. I mean, these are 600-pound beasts. And they were just all around us. It was one of the coolest, hands down, experiences I have ever had. And we stayed out there probably for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, just having these dolphins swim around us. And around that point, we ended up going back in. Dude, it was peaceful. The vibe was immaculate. But, you know, the day pushes on, and again, we only had the paddle boards for 24 hours, so we're like, let's take them bad boys out again. Now it's 5 p.m. The crew gets the paddle boards, me, mama, and my cousin. We take them big ass paddle boards out. We start getting out there, but you know, there's a little different feeling in the air. The waves are a little more rough. You know, the smell of saltiness was more prevalent. But fuck it, we had to go. We had to. We only had these paddle boards for 24 hours. So I start rolling my skinny ass out. And we 400 feet. It was not nearly as calm. Not nearly as calm whatsoever. We stayed out there. And you know, we just kind of wanted to float around. Not too far, not like we were earlier. But we realized we were getting out that far without intending. Once we realized this was a red flag for everyone, we all looked around. We were like, we gotta get home. Or at least closer. So we turn around, we start rolling towards it. That moment, 2020 hindsight, we didn't realize we were stuck in a riptide. A strong one. So we got pushed out there. And you know, at the time, you always get told, you know, go diagonal. Make your way down. I promise you, if you're not very experienced and you're a wee lad like I was, you're gonna just try to go straight towards the beach, A to B. That makes sense. Logically, it makes sense to just go straight to where you need to be, and you'll be alright. That's not how it went. I'll be damned. It's surely tucking me out. So after 20 minutes of me just rolling straight towards my cousin's like, I can't make it. I'm not gonna be able to, and Mom's just trying her best. Then I remember looking over and Javian was actually getting kind of far away from us. I'm like, Javian, you gotta go diagonal. So we all started going diagonal because in my logic, he had to go diagonal just to get closer to us. We weren't thinking like, you know, get to the beach. But we started going diagonal, and then after a little while, we thought, hey, we're making progress. And a little viewer's discretion, man. We were probably far enough out there where if a lifeguard was looking at us and a shark bumped our paddleboard, all he could have did was blow that little whistle of his. There ain't shit you can do for us out there. We started heading back down the beach, man, and as we're going, we're getting far, man. We're making progress, but we're getting far away from home. You know, we get a little closer, you know, and this is, I would say 14. Yeah, 14 years old. I'm skinny, man. When I was 14, I was 90 pounds. I barely have muscle on my body now, but I'm getting there. Back then, nothing. We eventually got close to the beach, and we're probably 20 feet away, and I start coming in, and, you know, a wave knocks us in, and I'm going, I'm like, finally, I get on land. The water's about 2 feet, right by my knees. Boom, I get hit by a wave. Mind you, I'm tired. I just rode for the last fucking hour. I get hit right in the back by a wave. Boom. Get knocked down. I sit up real quick. And then the wave brings that paddleboard in that was connected to my leg by a string. Hits me in the face. Now, Mother Nature, I understand. I was playing with death out there, but you fucking came in with the RKO. And whooped my ass with that paddleboard. Clocked me in the head. In the mouth. Not the head, just right here. Busted me. So, that pissed me the hell off. I grabbed that paddleboard, I realized I looked around. We are like 4 or 5 miles away from the home. So what we gotta do? I mean, we ain't got phones, we ain't got nothing. We just start walking home. And Start walking home, 30 minutes. Like I said, I was a wee lad, 90 pounds, carrying a 25-pound board. So we ended up getting close. We knew we were close because we saw our family on the beach. And they didn't realize nothing happened. Cool. Attention to detail. Well, as I was going, I had a busted lip. I remember my uncle being like, "You alright, buddy? Everything good?" I just walked right past him. I was tired. I had a swollen lip. I was mad at the world. Went in. Interesting time. Definitely put things in perspective. Especially a couple weeks later. But after we came home, there was a frenzy of shark attacks. Now that I'm scared of sharks, I won't be swimming with them all my life. I went spearfishing, but it was like 8 shark attacks. Those following 3 months, all around the Outer Banks area. They all started the week after we left, and I just find it crazy that we were able, like nothing happened like that. Now I'm thinking those dolphins at the beginning, they might have been looking out for a couple young souls. Well, that's my story, man. The time I got lost out at sea. Thank you very much. Hey, Happy New Year's. Hopefully everyone stays safe. Wow. Hopefully the stars align for you this year.